Hi there, welcome back to Top 10 Famous channel. In 1990, way back before he directed the Spider-Man trilogy, Sam Raimi unleashed a very different kind of superhero on the world with Darkman. Starring Liam Neeson as a titular hero, Darkman received generally positive reviews by critics and was commercially successful. After 32 years of its release, let's take a look back at the cast and see how far they've come.
Larry Drake as Robert G. Durant. The American actor and comedian Larry Drake was best known as Benny Stolwitz in L.A. Law, for which he won 2 Primetime Emmy Awards. He appeared in Darkman and a sequel as Robert G. Durant, a homicidal mental patient. At the time, he was 40 years old. Sadly, in 2016, Drake was found dead in his Los Angeles home. Reportedly, he died of serious disease, aged 66. Dan Hicks as Skip Altwater. Dan Hicks played a number of supporting roles in Sam Raimi's films, including the role as Skip Altwater, which was one of his best-known performances in his acting career. Aside from this one, he was also known for starring roles in Evil Dead 2 and Intruder. In 2020, Dan died of cancer in his California home at age 68. Nicholas Worth as Paulie Mazzucchelli. Worth specialized in playing menacing, threatening characters, in which included the role of Paulie Mazzucchelli in Darkman. He was then 53 years old. Besides, he is also known for his roles as Kirk Smith in horror film Don't Answer the Phone, 1980, and Ray in the 1985 TV movie The Rape of Richard Beck. In 2007, Worth died of heart failure at hospital in Van Nuys, aged 69. Rafael H. Robledo as Rudy Guzman. A collaborator of Durant named Rudy Guzman was played by Rafael H. Robledo. He came to acting when he was in his 20s. However, he couldn't make a name for himself due to his acting skill. So he quit acting just several years after this film. Now he's working as a painter. Dan Bell as Sam Smiley Rogers. Sam Smiley Rogers, a henchman of Durant who laughs like a hyena, was portrayed by Dan Bell. Apart from an actor, he was also a stuntman, appearing in 18 movies. However, at this time, he no longer works as an actor. Ted Raimi as Rick Anderson. Ted Raimi, then 24, had already made cameos in The Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2 for his brother Sam. For Darkman, Ted played the role of Rick, one of Durant's dubious henchmen. Now he's 56 years old and still maintains a successful acting career on his own. He is also a director, comedian, and writer. Jesse Lawrence Ferguson as Eddie Black. The little-known actor Jesse Lawrence Ferguson played Eddie Black in the film when he was 49 years old. Ferguson died of a heart attack at age 77 on April 26, 2019. Arsenio Sonny Trinidad as Hung Fat. Having been recognized in The Karate Kid Part 2, Sonny, then 79, came to Darkman as Hung Fat, a Chinese triad boss who owns Durant money in the film. After this film, he was also known for his role in Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls, 1995, and The Shadow, 1994. Sonny died in 2003 in Los Angeles, aged 92. Nelson Machida as Yaki Tito. The Asian-American actor Nelson Machida played Yaki Tito in Darkman. Although he hasn't had a signature part, Machida has appeared in dozens of major television series, primarily in the sci-fi fantasy The X-Files, or procedural drama CSI Crime Scene Investigation, Vane making him a vaguely familiar face to many TV viewers. However, at present, he no longer works in the entertainment industry. Jenny Agutter as Doctor. The British actress Jenny Agutter, then 37, had a cameo in the film as the doctor treating Westlake's burns. Now, Jenny is 69 and currently working on set of BBC TV series Call the Midwife, which she has been playing as Sister Julienne in since 2012. John Landis as hospital staff. John Landis, then 40, had already a prolific acting career under his belt before he made cameos in Darkman as a hospital staff. Now at the age of 72, he is serving as director and executive producer of the streaming series Superhero Kindergarten. Colin Friels as Louis Strack Jr. Colin Friels had been a familiar name with theater and television audience before he attended the film Darkman as Louis Strack Jr. He was then 38 years old. After this film, he was also known for his role in the TV series Water Rats, 1996 to 1999. Now he's 70 and mainly working on stage. Recently, he appeared in Matthew Reilly's directing debut film, the Netflix production Interceptor, in which he played supporting character Frank Collins. Bruce Campbell as Darkman's final Shemp. Bruce Campbell has already been a well-known name in Hollywood since the 1980s. In the final scene of Darkman, he portrayed the fleeing Darkman, credited as Final Shemp. He was then 32 years old. Now he's 64 and is still very active in the film industry. Frances McDormand as Julie Hastings. Frances McDormand, then 33, had already made herself a promising name in Hollywood with an Oscar nomination a year before she played Julie Hastings in Darkman. Now she's 65 years old, became an owner of numerous accolades, including 4 Academy Awards, 2 Primetime Emmy Awards, and 1 Tony Award, making her one of the few performers to achieve the Triple Crown of acting. Liam Neeson as Dr. Peyton Westlake / Darkman. Darkman was one of the first leading roles Liam Neeson got when he was 38 years old. Since then, he was offered a lot of movie projects. One of them is the financially successful Star Wars film. In 2020, he was placed 7th on the Irish Times list of Ireland's 50 greatest film actors. Now he's 70 years old and still remains one of the biggest names in Hollywood, increasingly known as a star of action thriller films. His latest film in 2022 is Blacklight.
And that's all for our video today. I hope you find this interesting. If you have any questions or recommendations, leave a comment in the section below. And don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching and see you next time.